Hi, thank you for choosing one of my videos as I attempt to marry up my two favorite types of painting, which is airbrushing as well as pastels. This is my first attempt at a real skin tone portrait using pastel matte paper. Main difference with this project, as I said before, is that I have used the airbrush to apply the underpainting as the first layer of color. As you can see here, I'm using some light skin tone CPS. Now at this point in time, after laying down all of the basic skin tones, I've started switching to pastels. I laid down the basic black shadow areas in the hair using some new pastel color sticks. And here you can see me starting to build some of the details using pastel pencils mostly. I use Gioconda Carbothellos as well as Pit Pastels, and have just started recently using the Derwent line of pastel pencils, which I know some people don't like. They say they're grainy and too hard, but on pastel matte paper, they actually lay down pretty well. You can see here I'm beginning to, again, just further adding some of the details. One thing that I found challenging was trusting my color choice. Some of the shadow areas were kind of hard to get because of the lighting that was in the reference photograph. Oh, by the way, this particular gentleman, his name is Suga. He is one of the members of the Korean pop band BTS, whom my daughter happens to really enjoy. So I figured I'd surprise her with this portrait of her favorite member, Suga, from BTS. So that's who this particular subject is. So you can see here, I went ahead and I added some of the highlights. One of the things I like about the pastels is being able to add um, basically either light on top of dark or dark on top of light. You can go either way because of the opacity of the medium. Um, Again, just refining some of the shapes. Here I'm beginning to touch up some of the hair. I've added some of the brown undertones in the areas of his hair that were highlighted, uh, following some of the basic principles that I've learned from watching artists like Jason Morgan when he's doing uh, fur, for lack of a better term. I really like the results that you get on the details on hair when you follow his methodology of light over dark. So again, you saw me at the beginning of the video when I added just the black. Then I went ahead and added some dark brown undertones so that I could come back later with some of the pencils and show off some of the highlighted areas really well. So why did I choose airbrush at the beginning? Again, I've been airbrushing for over 20 years, as you can see by most of the videos on my channel. Uh, the majority of them are done strictly with airbrush, but over the last year and a half or so, I started using pastels, and I really enjoy the medium, and so I had to figure out a way to marry up the two methods of painting that I love, and again, just make them play nice with each other, and go ahead and see if I can produce a good showpiece. This is only I believe it was my 12th piece ever in pastels, and by the end of it, I was really pleased. Some of the fades and blends that I can get with the airbrush on the underpainting, um, I was really happy with, and they really worked well to to guide me and to provide some basic color mapping for me. And then again, the detail and the control that you have with the pastels is really, for me anyways, is really difficult to get with an airbrush alone. So I do believe that I was fairly successful for my first ever attempt at using the two mediums. The pastel matte paper, like I said, it's just phenomenal for blending. It really, despite the slightly gritty feel to it, it really does show um, some great details and some very, very smooth blends without the surface of the paper actually really fighting you in any way, shape, or form. So I highly, highly recommend pastel matte paper as your go-to. Uh, I've tried other ones and I didn't like them. Well, let me know what you think. I appreciate anyone who leaves a comment. Click share and subscribe. Thanks again.